today I am going to be doing the first step of restoring this Felicity doll. Today I'm just going to be cleaning her limbs as well as tightening them, and I'll also be wiping down her face. So I'm starting by taking off her clothes and removing her head um, via her drawstring, so I can just remove all of the stuffing. You can see it there. And then I'm getting a solution of baking soda and water, which is the solution recommended on the American Girl website. Here is a picture of before the first time that I wiped her down, because I had already previously wiped her down before recording. So then I just take that solution, the baking soda and water, and I just rub it all over. And then I found maybe my solution was too thick. There was a bit of extra graininess. So I did go and make sure to wipe off just water any remaining baking soda that was left on her. So now I'm leaving her to dry, working on her head. So it's pretty hard to see on camera, but there's some dirt around her hairline as well as some dust in her teeth and dirt in her ears as well. So I'm just going to go in and clean that all up. I'm going to be very careful to protect her eyes. Of course, we don't want to get any water drops in them, but we're not going to be using that much water. It'll just be a little bit damp. So here I am going in, cleaning all of her like divots in her face, her nostrils and everything. And this is after, you can see, well, I don't know if you can see on camera, but she looks a lot better. Her mouth is cleaned out and her ears, they're a little wet still, but they are significantly better. And then I also cleaned the space under her neck. So now I'm going in and I'm going to be working on tightening up her limbs before I restuff her body. So as far as I know, there's two main methods of tightening limbs. One of them is to just pull the elastics tight and then secure them, usually with another elastic that you just wrap around the elastic that's already in their limbs. And then the other method that I'm aware of is to just replace the parts. So generally you get the new elastics and the new of those stoppers, and then you go in and just replace them. I'm not going to be doing that method today. I'm just going to be doing the hairband method, as you can see. So there's basically two reasons I'm doing the hairband method. The first one is simply I don't currently have the tools to do it, which I could go down just to my local craft store and pick up some. But the other reason is her limbs aren't super loose. She's only been played with pretty lightly throughout her lifetime, I guess. And so right now, just putting a rubber band is more than enough to get them back pretty tight. So now that she's all done, I'm moving on to stuffing her body. So we're just going to take all that stuffing that we removed earlier and put it right back in. One challenge of this I find is that, especially with how old this doll is, her stuffing was pretty packed down into the shape of her body. But of course, when you remove it and put it back in, it's not going to be exactly the same. The other challenge I find is, well, now we've added some extra volume inside of her torso by putting elastics. Basically put 4 elastics more of volume inside of her. And so it might be a little bit difficult to get the stuffing down and packed, but if you just have some patience and also be sure to smooth out her body, as you can see I'm doing here, to make sure she doesn't end up too lumpy or that you don't have too much stuffing left piling out the top. I didn't get a good picture of it, but actually when I was first taking off Felicity's head so that I could remove her stuffing, some of her stuffing was creeping up out of her neck, so you could see it at the top of her torso. So I want to make sure that I have it packed in pretty well so that when we get her head back on, there won't be any of that stuffing collar creeping up. So I've gone and put her head on for now just so that I can look at her body, and then um, there are some creases and some lumps, but you just go through and smooth those out and um, fix up how the stuffing is placed and make sure the joints aren't in any weird places. Like you can see there's a crease in her armpit, and so I'm going to go back in and smooth that out and make sure her joint isn't stretched, too far up or down, because that can lead to some creasing, especially if the creasing is around those limbs. Um, and then for next time, I am going to be mostly working on restoring her hair in the part two. Luckily, her hair is not in terrible condition. I did already without filming. Again, I went through with the wire brush and just a little bit of water and combed it out to just get rid of any tangles. It is a little frizzy, especially towards the bottom, but I'm excited to finish restoring her. Thanks for watching!